Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you our July 2020 budget. I'm going to be walking you through our actual household budget in Excel, showing you all of the income that we're bringing in this month and how we plan to spend or save every dollar that we bring in. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Here on my channel, we talk all about life and money, and I especially love budgeting. So if you want to stay tuned on more videos, definitely scroll down and hit that subscribe button. Also, I want to let you know that the budget template that I will be using today is actually one that you can get for yourself on my shop. I will have a link to that in the description box down below. It's an instant Excel download and it also works in Google Sheets. So if you are looking for a budget template for yourself, you can check it out down below with that link. So without further ado, let's get into the budget. So the top section that we have here is our income, and I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out just for privacy. But I did want to let you know that I am currently on maternity leave. I had a baby at the end of May. His name is Peter. He's quite adorable. And I have 12 weeks of maternity leave from my day job. So that being said, I do not get paid time off for maternity leave. I know some people have like short-term disability or their company pays out for maternity leave. Mine does not, but instead I'm able to use my sick and vacation time that I had saved up. That being said, it is running out in the middle of July, so I'm getting paid a little bit for the month of July, but not as much as what would have been a regular paycheck for myself. And I also am not going back to work until about mid-August. That's when my 12 weeks will be up. So that being said, I am taking home less money this month from my day job, but the great news is that I'm taking home extra from my business. So my business is everything that I do here on YouTube and social media and everything with that. And I've been paying myself a salary each month and also putting anything extra that I make to a bonus line item. And I plan to pay myself like a quarterly bonus from my business. So this month is that quarterly bonus with my regular salaried pay from my draw for my business. So I'm taking home $38.85 from my business this month. So our total household income is going to be $7,878. We use a zero-based budget, which means that all of our income equals all of our expenses or all of our money out, so expenses and savings. So now to show you where we plan to spend every single dollar in our budget. So the first thing that we have here is our tithe. Jacob and I are Christians and we believe in tithing and giving to our church and other organizations. So this is always going to be first in our budget. So we have 10% of our household income going towards our tithe to our church. So $787.80 is what we plan to tithe to our church this month. Next we have is African New Life. We support 2 children in Rwanda, and that is $78 a month. And then we have another missions organization that we support, and it's actually $40 a month, not $30. So I'll get that updated. Next we have is our mortgage. So we have bought this house that we are in currently. We bought it in September of 2019. So still new to the homeowner situation, but we are really enjoying it. And so our mortgage payment is $2,398.60 each month. And this covers principal, interest, PMI, insurance, and taxes. So definitely a lot of things that go into that payment. We have a 4-bed, 3-bath house in Portland, Oregon. The next line item that we have is our HOA. So our neighborhood does have a homeowners association, and so that fee is $121.46 each month. Then we have water and sewer, and this is usually roughly around $100 a month, so that's what I have budgeted. Next we have is natural gas, and so natural gas is what we use for heat as well as any sort of cooking that we do like stovetop for our household. It's usually for like the wintry months, it was around like $50-ish. $60, but since we are now like in summer and we are not obviously running our heat or anything, I'm going to budget that down to be more like $25 for this month. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. Next we have is our trash line item. So we actually pay our trash every other month, and this is one of those months where we don't have to pay trash, which is great. The next line item that we have is electric, and I'm putting that down at $60. Normally this is a little bit lower, but since it's summer, we do have air conditioning. We have central air in our house, which is great. So I plan that we're going to be spending more in electricity for this month because of that. So it should be maybe around $60 this month. Next we have is internet, and that is always $49.95. Then we have our phones. So this is cell phone for myself and for my husband Jacob, and that will be $117.33. Insurance, I have our car insurance here at $128.58. This is for our 2 cars. We have a 2013 Toyota Corolla and a 2006 Honda Pilot. I know that because of the virus and everything, a lot of insurance companies are giving like rebates or just reducing the cost of insurance for the month because people aren't driving. And I know that we have USAA and they've done that for the past 2 months. So I don't know if that'll be that way for July, but I'm just going to plan for our normal insurance amount. And if it ends up being lower, then that would be great. The next line item that we have is life insurance. So we do have life insurance on myself and my husband, Jacob, and we have a 25-year term life insurance policy. And for the both of us, that is $52.89 each month. Next we have is groceries, and we usually spend around $300 a month on groceries. When I was very pregnant, I ended up making a lot of freezer meals for like dump and go meals that we could do when baby was here. And we honestly still have a lot of them left in the freezer, so maybe we'll hopefully eat through more of those and maybe we'll spend less than $300, but $300 is going to be like my permission to spend on groceries for the month. Next we have is eating out, which we are putting at $100. So restaurants in our area are just starting to open up as of like the last week or so. Part of eating out that we do, we still just feel more comfortable doing takeout rather than going to a restaurant. Just like having a newborn, I really just don't want to risk a lot of those things. So our eating out is going to be like any sort of takeout that we want to get. The next line item that we have is gas, and I have that here at $100. Honestly, that's too much because we don't drive anywhere right now. My husband is able to work from home because of the pandemic, and I'm still on maternity leave and I'm home basically all the time as well. And because of the pandemic, we're not really going anywhere. So our gas has been very limited these days. So I'll put $50 for the gas budget. Next we have is college. So one of the big goals that we have now is saving for our son's college, putting a little bit of something to it each month. So we've decided to put $200 a month into his college savings plan, and that will begin in the month of July, which is exciting to have that like all set up. Next we have is a birthday line item. It is my birthday in the month of July. I will turn 26 years old, so I'm allocating $100 towards birthday fun, whether that's like eating out or if Jacob wants to get me like a small gift or something. Jacob, if you're watching this, you know what I want. And so we're just giving the permission to spend $100 on birthday related expenses. The next line item that we have is anniversary. So July is also our anniversary month. We'll be married for 5 years in July. So I'm allocating $150 for that, as well for whatever sort of eating out, takeout we want to do for the month of July, as well as like any sort of gifts that we want to get each other. So the birthday and anniversary obviously aren't things that we typically have in our budget every month, but that's the great thing about budgeting, is that every month is different. So I've just added in these additional line items for things that I know are going to be happening in the month of July. The next thing that we have is $50 towards fun. We always keep this in our budget, but honestly, since March with the pandemic, we don't ever spend this because we don't go anywhere. So $50 we'll have allocated just because, and I don't think that it'll really be used. Next we have is miscellaneous, and I have that at $100. It's always so important to have a miscellaneous category in your budget because there's always something that comes up during the month that you weren't anticipating, and having a place to put it of like something random is really important so that it doesn't throw your entire budget out of whack. So we have $100 towards miscellaneous. So our normal expenses total to be $5,009.61. So now to show you all of the things that we are saving for, and I always say this when I make these videos, but this is my favorite part of budgeting because I am such a saver. So these are all of the little things that we're working on saving for. I also want to mention these are sinking funds or savings items, and one question that I get most often is asking if I have a separate bank account for each one of these things we're saving for, and the answer is no, I do not. The way that I work our budget is I will take the total of things that we have saved for and keep that in our bank account, and then I'm able to use my budget spreadsheet here to know how much is in each individual fund. So that's just how I personally keep track. I know that a lot of other people will have a separate bank account for each thing that they're working on saving for, but I just don't feel like that's necessary for me personally, but you do whatever is easiest for you. Also, this section is blocked out just because you don't know how our month of June finished, so definitely stay tuned for my budget report video, which will come out soon, so you can see how much we have in each of these funds. So the first line item that we have is Jacob. Jacob gets $100 of personal spending money each month, and I also get $100 of personal spending money each month. This is something that I love having in the savings section because that way we're able to decide if we want to either spend it or save that money every month. And I am such a saver that mine often rolls over, and then I'm able to get like something bigger for myself, which is kind of nice. The next thing that we have here is extra giving, and we are putting $50 into the extra giving fund. And what this means is we just like having money sitting aside that we can use to give if an opportunity comes up. And that way we are able to extend some sort of generosity without it feeling like it's really impacting our budget. So $50 this month to extra giving. Next we have is vacation. We are putting $400 this month into the vacation fund. We're not going on vacation in 2020, as I'm sure a lot of you aren't either, but we want to have money set aside so that hopefully by like next summer, hopefully we can go and do something. I really want to go to Hawaii next summer. That's the dream. So we're saving up now so that by the time like next summer rolls around, we'll have plenty of money sitting in our vacation fund and we can do something really nice. Hopefully Hawaii 2021. The next line item that we have is Christmas. So we are putting $50 a month into the Christmas fund. And that way when December rolls around, we'll have enough money saved up to cover all of the costs related to Christmas. And also then December's budget wouldn't be blown out of the water with having all of Christmas expenses in one month. We're going to spread out the savings through 12 months of the year, so we're saving $50 a month. Next we have is car maintenance. We put $75 a month into the car maintenance fund and save it up, and then if something needs to be replaced on our cars, we have the money set aside to make that purchase. The great thing-ish about the pandemic is that we haven't had to use any sort of car maintenance because we haven't really been using our cars. The next line item that we have is a car replacement fund. So that's kind of the next thing that we are working on. Like I said, we have a 2006 Honda Pilot and it has about 200,000 miles on it. So it may be time to replace it soon-ish, we'll see, but we just want to have the money set aside to make a new car purchase whenever we need to make that. And I say new car, new to us car, we will not buy a new car. So $1,503.39 going to the car replacement fund. This is kind of where every extra dollar that we have is going towards. This is like the financial goal that we're working on. Our previous financial goal was working on like saving for our emergency fund, which we have completed at $25,000. We were also working on maxing out our Roth IRAs for the year, which we actually did in the month of June. So that's also now complete. So we are working on saving up to replace that car here soon. And then the next line item that I have here that doesn't have anything in it is our opportunity fund. So once we finish with the car replacement to however much money we want to have there, we'll start working on an opportunity fund, and basically just something that we can put money aside to for any sort of additional investing opportunity that comes up. Basically, we really would love to be able to save up for a down payment on our next house, and I'd love to be able to keep the house we're currently in as a rental. So we want to be able to have additional cash to make a down payment on another house. So that'll be our next goal down the line here. The next line item that we have is house maintenance. We put $350 a month into a house maintenance fund, and that way, again, we'll be able to cover any sort of repair for the house that may come up. Then we put $100 a month into household. So this would cover things like toilet paper, paper towels, laundry detergent, just like random household supplies. And then we have our baby fund. We are putting $100 a month into the baby fund, and this is for our son Peter, basically to cover any sort of diapers or clothing or toys or things like that that we may need to get for him. So $100 this month for July. We definitely did spend some in June. Like I said, he was born the end of May, so in June we were just kind of figuring out like the things that we had on hand and then extra things that we would need since he's here. So we're trying to figure out the groove of it all, and I think that we're getting there. So the $100 should hopefully just be for like any sort of diapers or things that we may need to additionally purchase. So as you can see down here at our budget at the bottom here, I have this difference formula, and this is calculating the difference between the income that we have at the top and all of the money out. So as you can see, we have a difference of $40 because I made those adjustments up at the top. So I'm going to add that $40 into the car replacement fund because like I said, that's like where we're putting every extra dollar right now. So Now that's going to be $1,543.39, and that difference is 0. So we have a zero-based budget. Every dollar has a name. So this is our plan for July. Don't forget, if you're wanting to get started with budgeting and want that budget template, you can check it out with the link in the description box down below. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more budgeting videos. And with that, I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye.